Hi, a recent film I caught was Werner Herzog Radical Dreamer, a documentary about the famously iconoclastic Bavarian filmmaker. The story of him growing up out in the Bavarian countryside in the aftermath of World War II, discovering film and striking out on his own, and the incredible breadth and variation of subjects that he's covered in his huge range of films since then. Documentaries, fiction films, features, shorts, his ongoing relationship with Klaus Kinski, who starred in 5 of his movies, and the extraordinary lengths he went to film such movies as Aguirre, Wrath of God, and Fitzcarraldo, venturing out into the South American jungle to film with a skeleton crew, hauling steamships over mountains, and all manner of other incredible feats, and yet himself still remaining very softly spoken and calm, seemingly impervious to the bizarre way he lives his life. And achieving some late career fame, becoming an unlikely frequent member of voice acting casts, appearing in various animated movies, The Simpsons, Family Guy, Parks and Recreation, having finally turned himself into myth, much like his own subjects. Herzog is a fascinating man, and he's easily one of the greatest living filmmakers. I can't recommend his work highly enough. Aguirre, Fitzcarraldo, um, Strazek, his own version of Nosferatu, all extraordinary films. But this documentary does feel somewhat lacking. One thing that it really does benefit from is having an extraordinary list of contributors. We have the likes of Robert Pattinson and Nicole Kidman and Christian Bale, huge Hollywood stars, singing the praises of Herzog, having worked with him in the past. Kidman and Pattinson actually working with him on the same film, Queen of the Desert, in 2015. And to get such a high powered endorsement from so many A-list individuals shows the respect that Herzog has achieved while maintaining his position as an outsider. But the film over its running time is still, I think, far too superficial. There's so much to talk about that just trying to compress it all into a 105-minute film does Herzog a disservice. You need to either focus on something specific about his story or just expand the project, make it into a series, make it into a 4-hour picture. Um, Trying to encompass the whole of his extraordinary life into one shortish film is a mistake, and that's the film's biggest problem. It's trying to get a gallon into a pint pot. But that said, it is an interesting starter guide to Herzog and his world, his ability to attract strange events, like getting shot at in the middle of a otherwise uneventful TV interview, or say visiting his favorite place in Los Angeles, which is a bizarre museum of curios tucked away in a quiet side street. And yet also we have Nicole Kidman or Batman or the other Batman talking about how great he is to work with and how they're so proud of being able to be in the orbit of such a unique individual. Herzog is a remarkable man, a fascinating person, and as he says himself, even though he's about 80 now, he's still working hard. Even during COVID, he wrote 3 books, and currently has several films on the go. Um, it's a film that's worth watching if you are unfamiliar with Herzog and his work. But if you are, then there's really not much here that you're not already aware of, aside from seeing these wonderful A-list endorsements. So it's not a great documentary, but it's fine as an introduction. And it is, in all fairness, by no means terrible. It just could have been so much better.